You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
Hello, everybody. Hope you are going well. Back by popular demand, it's the best of movies for the end of the year, and I'm joined with Nicole from Nics&Nacs. Thanks for joining me.
I know it's so strange being able to like talk because obviously you're not here.
I
You
know,
know,
I know.
be
So
able to
we do
chat.
this. This is our annual thing that we've been doing since 2014. At the end of the year, we like to get together and go through our favorite movies of the year and just chat all things movies. But this year, we're not together. Usually like I go home for Christmas and we get to hang out and do this together in person. But thank you, technology. Even though
Yeah,
I'm all the way on the directly on like the other side of the world in London and you're back in Australia. We have
yeah.
like a 9 hour time difference.
We've made it work at
We've made it
least. Like
work.
too bad. Yeah.
We're here and we're ready to talk about some movies. So we'll probably just
Yay.
use the same questions that we have been using for the past few years. I think they work pretty well. So we can just jump into it. The first one's always like the easiest one, I think. And it
Yeah.
is what was your favorite blockbuster movie of 2018? You can start.
Okay. Okay. So mine is Mission Impossible 4. I originally thought it was going to be Infinity War, but I actually after a bit before we got on like started chatting, I was about 10 minutes left. I was watching it in the lounge room.
Oh, you were? Wait, you were rewatching it or you were watching it for the first time?
Rewatching it.
Okay, 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 okay.
Rewatching it. Cinemas, and I was just watching it on like our plasma in our lounge room, and it's like the last like 10 minutes, and helicopter scenes and stuff, and they're using the IMAX camera, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like changing from the ratio and everything, and I'm just like, it's insane. I love the music, like the score, and like the camera work and the actions, just everything about this movie is just like
Oh,
perfect in my eyes.
oh,
So
yeah. Tom Cruise, like in his like perfect role. What's the character's
yes,
like Ethan, no,
Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ethan Hawke. Okay, Ethan Hunt. Okay, I didn't get to see it in the cinema. I wish I did. But I did
Oh
see it and I
no.
did love it. In fact,
Yeah.
earlier this year, I went back and rewatched all the Impossible, the Mission Impossible movies from the very beginning, which was the first time I'd rewatched them all in order. And
Oh,
yeah, it was
really?
fun. My favorite blockbuster movie of the year has not changed throughout the entire year, which is surprising, and that is Black Panther.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Marvel's Black Panther. I can tell you that like I didn't expect to love it like half as much as I did, and I just thought it was done so well. I loved like Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan were just so fantastic, and the way that they did
Yeah.
Wakanda and Andy Serkis was really good, and yeah, I just loved it. I thought it was great. I also thought that Avengers: Infinity War was going to be my favorite of the year, favorite big Marvel movie, and
Yeah.
it kind of was in a way because I loved like revisiting all those characters and just seeing what they're up to and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But somehow Black Panther just still kind of stuck in there,
Just,
hung in there as the
yeah.
winner.
I've only seen it at the cinemas. I haven't rewatched it since. Really like it. I think it was cool getting like this like Black Panther's like individual story, and he's become like such like a big like now, and I think they'll like really hold on to like take advantage of his character like in future movies with sequels and that kind of.
Mm.
Who directed it?
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler. Yeah, he's a great director of his films. Okay, so the next one is, what's your favorite film of the year? Okay, you can go first. What's your favorite indie?
Okay, favorite indie of the year. This is kind of a tough one. There, I felt like there were quite a few standouts for me, but my favorite indie movie was First Reformed with Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
Okay, this is the one where
I
he's
haven't
like
seen it yet.
this disillusioned priest, and it's like really slow but kind of very, very moody, and it's got this ending which is just like bonkers, crazy, has audiences completely divided, and you kind of love it or hate it as an ending. And yeah, it's a really weird movie, but Ethan Hawke's performance is crazy good. And it's also got Amanda Seyfried in it.
Cypher.
Seyfried.
Cypher.
And she is fabulous. She's really fabulous. She's kind of really dulled down. Like it's hard to dull her down because she's so like glamorous
Yes.
and stunning. But they've really
Yeah.
like plain Janed her down, and yeah, it's a really unusual movie. It's directed by Paul Schrader. How about you? What was your favorite indie movie of the year?
Okay. So I feel like, but like sometimes it's hard to sort of describe what an indie
I
is.
know.
Like yeah. Mine is Upgrade. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I certainly
Film?
have. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it was actually filmed in Victoria, and when I went on to like the towns, I'm like Craigieburn. Oh my god, I know where that is in Victoria in Australia, like Melbourne. It was so kind of like watching it, and I could see like the Balti Bridge in Melbourne. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I've like been over that. It's have you seen the film yet at all?
I
No.
have.
You have?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no
It was
idea what to expect. It's like
yes.
action and like really like gruesome and gory, but like the action sequence is probably like the best action I've seen all year. Like the
Yeah.
fight scenes.
Totally agree. I love how they use the camera in the action scenes, like moving with the body. It was it meant people haven't seen it, they need to see it. Like check it out. I did it like a couple of iTunes, and I'm just like, fuck, this is so good. I was
Yeah.
like, I loved it, so I've recommended it to my brother. I don't know, watch it, but he tends to like the same movies as me, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I really liked it.
that's a really good pick because it's Australian. Like that's definitely an indie.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going on to the next question, which is always, I feel like this is where you and I usually struggle. It is, what is your favorite animated movie?
Oh,
And unfortunately, usually you and I have not seen that many animated movies, but have you seen any this year?
yes, I've seen two, and which are like two main, which is Incredibles. But mine is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That movie, holy, I don't know how. Really, in the cinema, I was smiling like the whole time I was watching this movie. I was just like, this is so much fun. Like the story, the characters, everyone says the animation, but it's just like nothing I've ever seen before. And I
Yeah.
think that's why it stood out to me like so much more compared to like other films.
Well, I
Yeah.
haven't seen this one. I don't really understand. I don't understand what it is. Like, it's another Spider-Man movie, but it's not Spider-Man. Can you explain
No,
it?
okay. Yeah. So it's based around Miles Morales, who is, it's sort of set in like a multiverse. That's what they're creating. They're creating like a multiverse of animated Spider-Man. So they're taking all the different Spider-Man adaptations from different comics and sort of bringing them all together. So there's like a noir, there's just like there was all these versions brought together, but and like team. It was kind of interesting because you see like a middle-aged like crisis Peter Parker. It's just a lot more like diverse.
And there's a
The
girl
same
Spider-Man too,
story.
right?
Yeah, like Gwen Stacy. So they're actually wanting to make, I'm planning on making a film with like 3 or 4 of the female like characters. So just on the female characters. So yeah, pretty
Wow.
exciting. What's your animated film? Have you seen any this year?
I have. I haven't seen many because, as is usual, unfortunately, I don't usually end up seeing that many animated movies, which is a shame. But this year there was one big animated movie, which was Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs, the stop motion
Oh,
movie. Of course, you've seen that, right? No. You haven't?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Like it's cute,
I've heard great
but it's
things.
like, yeah, I like Wes Anderson. I like his style. It's definitely not a style and tone for everyone, but I just think it's so different that I like how like just it's just so unique his the way
Yeah,
he envisions and tells his stories,
sure.
and the fact that it is all entirely stop motion. Like it is like such an undertaking. It's like all dogs and animals like set in Japan and
It's like a strange concept to think about, but stop motion is so like certain dedication and
mm,
time can
mm.
like, but the end product, if it's like worth it, and
Well,
it's totally worth it.
it's sort of like yeah, it is. It's just crazy. And his previous stop motion, the Fantastic Mr. Fox, is also one of my favorites. And I
Mhm.
thought this was a really Isle of Dogs was yeah, just proves that Wes Anderson's like a total master. I mean, I also watched all sorts of the behind the scenes and the making of Isle of Dogs and that painstaking labor that goes into it. Like he had a
Yeah.
warehouse full of like 10 different teams that all day, every day they were just like doing little stop motion tweaks and taking bazillions
Wow.
of photos and I'm also equally impressed with the technical aspect of the film as well as loving the film.
Okay, so next one is the most disappointing film of the year. I had a couple. What about you? What's yours?
I definitely had a couple. I had a few more than I might usually, actually. I feel like this year there were, maybe it's because my expectations were a little bit too high or something, but the biggest disappointment, which is one that I was so wanting to love and get behind, and then just like flat out did not like at all, was Ocean's 8.
Really, I haven't seen it. Really that disappointing?
Well, I just thought, I just didn't think it was in I couldn't even really I did a whole review on it. I who knows what I
I
said.
think I watched on it
I
and you were kind of just like disappointed,
was
like
disappointed.
what it could have been, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I love that it was, it's a requel, sequel. They're taking this Danny Ocean's sister and then making it an all-girl team for this heist movie. Like it had so much potential, but there was just so much going on in the story. And then the heist itself, I didn't think was that special and
Yeah.
just wasn't enough time spent on the character. Like there's eight incredible
Yeah.
actresses, like incredible, and I just think that they focus too much on trying to make this fancy heist and not enough on just enjoying the banter between these women. How about you? What's a movie that disappointed you this year?
So I had a few, but my main one that I was disappointed with, Burgess is a Loser. So it's a Netflix original.
I haven't seen
Have you
this
seen it?
one. No.
Okay, I wouldn't recommend it. So Noah Centineo was in To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I loved that movie. So that came out and was like a big hit. And so when I knew he was going to be Netflix original rom-com, like 2 or so months after that one, I was like really excited. It's about this girl who has like sort of body like sort of issues, like confidence, but then she ends up catfishing this guy, and it just went in a really like direction. Like I feel like the message of the story was totally just like not done well and not achieve what they were trying to, which was I think the message across was like not to judge someone their appearance, um, because the Jamie, who was he thought that he was talking to this one girl, and it was a little complicated. Went about it. I just wanted the message to be better and get across like clearer. They just made her look like a really like shitty person,
Oh,
really bad person.
okay. Next question is what is a movie that surprised you? Like a movie that you didn't expect to love and then you did?
So looking through my diary on Letterboxd, because Letterboxd is like how I remember, there weren't actually any films that surprised me this year. Whenever I saw a movie that I thought I'd love, I loved, and films that I was like iffy about, they weren't that good. So there wasn't actually anything that either surprised me and I loved heaps, or like thought good and then it wasn't. Like
Yeah.
everything's kind of what I predicted.
Okay.
So I'm hoping you have something, because I just
Ooh,
wasn't surprised by anything.
you weren't surprised. So like you already knew,
No.
you didn't like watch anything without like not knowing anything about it, and then like it ended up being quite good.
Well, like most of the films, I already knew like certain things about them.
Yeah.
So if I went in not knowing anything, like the film
True.
Upgrade, I
Mm.
had heard kind of what it was about, but from the concept of it and knowing and everything, I was like, I know I'm going to enjoy it, even though I didn't really know anything about it.
True,
So
true.
it didn't surprise me that I would
Okay.
like it. So
Well,
unfortunately, there wasn't anything that stood out. How about you?
okay, I have one. I do have one. A recent one, this is one where I didn't know really anything about it. And I was very surprised because I thought it was done very well. And that was the movie Searching, which is all set on like computer screens. So it's basically
Yeah.
one of those like one room films, where everything's set in one room. But in this instance, everything is like on computer screen. So it's either FaceTimes or like video cams or security footage. So the whole movie, it's the father searching for his missing daughter, and all through the perspective of screens. So you only see
Yeah.
whatever's been recorded on the screen. And I kind of heard the concept about it and I was like, oh, like why?
Yeah,
But
like
yeah, they did really well with it. Like, it's a hard thing
that's
to
good.
do a whole movie all just from what would be recorded on the screens. And like, yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
falls off towards the end, but they stick with it really well. It's very believable, and I was really engaged the whole time. Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
I haven't. It's out though. I don't know if there's any sessions left, but I'd heard really good things.
Yeah.
And just like the concept of it was like, how did I pull that off?
How?
Because there's so many films that use like webcams that are like those horror movies that they
Right.
try and do
I've
it.
never
But the
seen
fact
any of
that,
those, yeah, webcam
yeah,
movies.
I haven't watched any of them
Yeah.
just because like horror's not really my thing.
Yeah.
People were saying that Searching was actually like a really good, like that they adapted that sort of form of media like really well into film. I was like,
They
damn,
they
like someone actually
did.
pulled it off.
They pulled it off,
So
I think, very successfully. So I was like super like surprised that it was even half decent. It was better than decent.
yeah.
It was a good movie.
So category. So I can't believe that you haven't seen this sequel. Is so good. You need to see it. I
Incredibles
fell in
2.
love with it like when I saw it. Yes, Incredibles 2, even though it's been 14 years like difference between when the first one came out, and I love the original, but the animation like just a huge step up, and the story is still really good. I like the original still, but like the music and Brad Bird directing again and just seeing all the characters. Jack is so funny. Like him and his powers is just so yeah, it's just really, really funny. I highly recommend it to like anyone who like watched The Incredibles 2 yet. Totally should check it out.
Well, a movie that I can't believe that you haven't seen is A Quiet Place. I can't believe you didn't see it because this year, like earlier this year, everyone was like obsessed with this movie. Now I know you don't like horror movies,
Yeah.
and this is a horror movie. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not that scary, but like there's scare moments for sure. It's very tense. But this is the one that's like if they can't hear you, then they can't get you. So you got to be really quiet. So it's like really quiet throughout the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's done really well. I really liked it. It's got John Krasinski and Emily Blunt playing a married couple, and they're married in real life too, which is cute. Yeah, everyone's comparing it to
Uh,
Bird Box,
yes, I was about to
which
say
is on
that. Like
Netflix
that just
now.
right, just recently it came
Just came
out.
out. Yeah, with Sandra Bullock, and that's like if you don't see the monsters, then they can't get you.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen it. I have seen it.
What did you think?
I didn't like it, but I don't like Sandra Bullock, which is a theme I'm
Okay.
sensing because I didn't like her in Ocean's 8. I didn't know that I didn't realize that I didn't like her, but I think that I don't really like her.
It's become a theme now.
I
I think
think it's
it's
a
something
theme.
on.
Yeah, yeah. I liked her in Gravity, but yeah, I don't know, something about
Sometimes,
her
yeah,
just not
there's certain
into it.
just don't rub you the right way when you're
Y-
like watching a film. It's like, I don't really like
Yeah,
watching them ones.
yeah. So I liked the concept for Bird Box, but I didn't really like how it was done as much as how I thought A Quiet Place was done really well. Oh, cool. All right, guys, that does it. That is us wrapping up our movies for 2018 remote style. Thank you to technology for facilitating this today because we couldn't do it in person, which was a shame. But maybe next year because
Who
this is
knows?
our annual movie wrap up. So we'll see. Thanks, Nikki, for joining me. I will leave links to your channel in the description box down below, so go check out our channel, subscribe, say hello, and make sure you do leave us comments in the comment section down below. Let us know what some of your favorite movies were from this year, movies that surprised you, movies that disappointed you. We'd definitely love to know. That is it from us. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.